Hey everyone, it's Kim Barnes Jefferson here, and today I wanted to talk about disordered eating. And so, how the best way I can describe disordered eating is people fall into two buckets. One bucket is they just don't eat, say all day, and then they come home and they just like eat because they haven't eaten all day. And then you have people who they eat all day, but they're not eating enough food to sustain the activities that they're actually doing. So here's my examples. So back in the day when I was a corporate event planner, I literally did not eat all day. I was running around with a chicken with my head cut off, making sure that everything else was happening. I might have a bite or two in the morning while morning sessions were happening, but literally like once the event started happening, I was running around making sure everyone else was okay, and I didn't eat. And then when I did eat, I was like, oh, I can't have too much. And then I would like eat, like I was a goldfish. Like I ate my weight in food. The second person is the person who hey, Emmy Lou and Heidi, how are you guys? The second person, and I see this a lot, is you have what I call one and done meals. So for breakfast, you'll have, say, your instant pack of oatmeal. And then you'll eat that. And then at lunch, and then you'll have a snack of almonds. Then at lunch, you'll have, say, like a sandwich, or you'll get a salad. And then after lunch, you'll have a snack of, say, string cheese. And then you'll go home and wonder why you're starving because you didn't freaking eat all day. Everything that you ate during the day was healthy, it was clean, but it wasn't a lot of food. And if I added all that food up and then you threw in a workout, you just pretty much like burnt all the food out that you had. So I still suffer from disorganized eating. Like I find that when I get really busy, my brain is just in, let's just get shit done. Like I'm not thinking, oh, I need to stop and eat. Like I literally have to, when I get in the zone, Emmy's like, yum, yum, I can eat all the time. I've gotten better at it, but I still, like yesterday was a really a tough day for me because I physically set alarms to tell myself to eat. Or I would have like little challenges. I'll be like, okay, if I finish this one email, then I can get myself lunch. Like those are my little rewards. When I was a meeting planner, I would go out with my friend Dorothea and I'd be like, Dorothea, we're gonna finish this and then you'll have lunch. And she's like, no, I'm starving. We need to have lunch right now. I'm gonna kill you if we don't eat right now. I'm like, okay, and then we would eat. So how do you stop this? How do you become a better eater? And I know I'm about to say something I'm gonna get a major eye roll, huge eye roll, is planning. Planning. Literally sit down, and it takes, I'd say for the first few times, it takes some time. It's annoying. It's not going to be fun. You're not going to skip to do it, but I'll tell you, it will help you in the long run. If you're someone who has struggled to get the weight off, always like, how come I can't lose these last blah, blah, blah pounds? How come I'm always still fluffy? If you ask those questions, I got to tell you, you got to do this, my friend. You got to do it. Sit down and make a menu. And so when I say make a menu, I want you to make sure that every single meal, and I used to be the rule police, and some of my girls, if you're on here and you're fitness competitors, you are in a very different bracket. But if you are a regular person, just going to the gym, working out to fit into your pants, this is what I'm talking about. I'm all about 3 to 5 meals. Because some of us don't have the same activity level that some of my fitness competitor clients do. But if you're just a regular person, 3 to 5 meals. And in those 3 to 5 meals, please make sure that every meal has protein. And when I say protein, I'm talking like lean protein, shrimp, shellfish, chicken, beef, tuna, salmon, that kind of protein. Low-fat Greek yogurt, low-fat cottage cheese. I'm not talking string cheese. I'm sorry. If you're over 5 years old, no string cheese. Stop with the flipping string cheese. That is like just crap in a tube. Sorry, off my soapbox. Make sure you always have a protein. Make sure you always have a vegetable. What I find with vegetables, especially very fibrous vegetables, they're very filling. And if you're someone who is a grazer, if you literally put out like, you know, a handful of broccoli or carrots or things like that, you're gonna find that the fiber in that's gonna keep you full for a really long time. The other thing is you pair that with a good fat, you're gonna be full for a long time. Because a lot of times when people come to me and I see that they have this like, I just had some string cheese or I just had some almonds, and I ask, how quickly do you get hungry? They get hungry pretty quickly. And hunger is a sign. Hunger is a sign that you didn't eat enough in that last cycle. And most people can go anywhere from 2 to 4 hours without eating. And if you can't go 2 to 4 hours without eating, you got to look at what that last meal was. And so when you make a menu, you look at what that last meal was. And when you look at what that last meal was, you can say, you know, I need to make sure I add in blah, or I take this out because it took me all day to be full. You know, here's an example, chia seeds. I put a tablespoon of chia seeds into my protein shake the other day. I was full for hours. It was like the chia seeds landed in my stomach and exploded. So now I know, you know what? In my menu, I can't put a tablespoon of chia seeds. So now I put it down to a teaspoon and it works because I played detective. I wrote out a menu and I wrote down all the things that I wanted to eat. And then I kind of knew, so it helped me understand how long it took me to feel full. It helped me understand, okay, these are the types of foods that better serve me. These are the types of food that bloat me. These are the types of food that leave me feeling hungry. And when you know these things, I can start pulling foods out that make me feel bloated, that make me feel hungry, crappy foods. And then I no longer have to play this like, I need a meal plan when I've started to figure out what works for me. Now, I know this isn't the easiest process in the world, but I mean, for the love of God, give up the fucking diets. Like, who wants to diet for the rest of their life? I know I don't. I want to be ease. I just want to easily know these foods work for me, because when you keep going from diet to diet to diet to diet, it only works until it doesn't work. You feel me? You picking up what I'm putting down right now? So to get out of this disordered eating where you have a little of this and a little of that and a little of this, and you're wondering like, how come I can't make any body changes? You have to press the pause button and get serious about what the hell you're putting into your body and freaking paying attention to what are the outcomes. How is your body taking in the nutrients that it's coming in? I mean, there's plenty of people out there who will, sure, you can go out there and you can get a test to find out what you're intolerant for. My girl Emmy, like, she was eating egg whites every single day. And then she was like, why do I feel like shit? And then she took a test and they're like, you're allergic to egg whites. Like, who would have thought? But she finally pulled egg whites out and she feels amazing. And she's like, no wonder I was always bloated for the rest of my life. Now she's not bloated anymore. So it's like things like that where it's like, just pay attention to what happens when you put a particular food into your body, because our body tells you, I don't like that. It'll always tell you what it likes and what it doesn't like. So that's all I had to say for today. I love all the people who are hopping in on the line. I try to keep these to about 10 minutes, and tomorrow at 4 p.m., I will be talking about visualization and all of the goodness that comes when you start visualizing how amazing your goals are. So thank you guys all for hopping on, but I will be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Please, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. If you also want for something for me to talk about, there's really nothing I won't talk about. Absolutely leave me a comment below and I'll add it to the list. My goal is to do 30 days of Facebook Live. So have an amazing afternoon, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.